Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rex and GoTab webinar that will cover the topic of sell more activities, events, and experiences. We have two wonderful speakers here. We have Kevin Sadiq from Rex. Hi, Kevin. And we have Mateen Habib from GoTab. And I'll let both of them do their introductions. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Awesome. Thanks, Tanya. Hey, everyone. My name is Mateen. I'm a former director of operations for 5 units out here in the Bay Area. I joined GoTab in 2020 after having deployed their QR ordering platform, is what GoTab was for the most part prior to the pandemic, leading into the pandemic. So we actually launched GoTab at all of our locations back then. And since then, I've joined GoTab as I realized, it had the potential to really fundamentally change the way restaurants could operate. So that's a little bit about me, and I'll go ahead and pass it over to Kevin.
Hey everybody, Kevin Sadiq here. I'm the founder and CEO of Rex Reservations. I started Rex about 3 years ago with my brother. We're based in Miami, Florida. We started Rex after seeing several instances where cool venues just had really bad and broken reservation systems. So we set out to build the best one we possibly could. I'm excited to dive in, show you guys what the Rex and GoTab integration is all about, how we can help venues like yours increase revenue, save time, and of course, enhance the guest experience. So I'll kick it back to Mateen. He'll cover some of the GoTab benefits and overview.
Yeah, thanks. So, and before I forget, just a quick note, we do have a Q&A section here, so feel free to chat in any questions or comments or anything you'd like. And at the very end, we'll kind of go through those and answer any questions. So feel free to start popping them in at any point. But yeah, so GoTab. GoTab started as a guest order and pay solution. As you can see, we've quickly expanded into a one-stop shop for our operators. We're now not only a leader in the guest ordering space, but we have a full POS, kiosk, handhelds, or a pocket POS, as well as a KDS that does a lot more than just display digital tickets. We truly believe in maximizing efficiency and treat every product on our platform as more of an operational tool than just a traditional offering. So, I like to describe GoTab as more than just another POS with slightly different UI and UX that you might see in the competition. We really pride ourselves on being a full-fledged operational piece that our clients can't ultimately live without, especially as we kind of move into this new era of experiential dining and things of that nature. We're doing quite a bit there. So, GoTab is 100% focused on doing what we do and doing it exceedingly well. And then through extensive due diligence, we partner with best of breed solutions like Rex to ensure our customers have access to the best of all worlds. And so with that, I'll pass it off to Kevin to kind of tell you a little bit more about Rex.
Thanks, Mateen. And I got to say, one thing I really love about the partnership is that we don't do anything GoTab does, and GoTab doesn't really do what we do. So it's super complementary in the way that our systems work together. So a little bit about Rex. First of all, Rex is on a mission to create more fun by connecting people to unique experiences. And we're doing that by creating a best-in-class and easiest to use booking system for non-traditional venues. We noticed that there are a lot of tools in the industry for traditional restaurants, and we wanted to really focus on unique venues, places that have like an entertainment or competitive socializing component. Really at the core of what Rex provides is a booking page for each venue. And that booking page is custom branded. It's super flexible in order to take care of all of the different rules and ways that you might be selling. And on top of that, it's got the best user experience. So it's super easy to use for your guests to go browse and book all of the different activities, games, and events that your unique venue might be offering. So when we first built Rex, we really focus on what I just talked about, the guest experience and making sure that it was best in class. But after talking to a lot of different operators and venues around the country, we noticed a very similar problem throughout, And the problem was that venues had a lot of different systems that were running together independently of each other, and they weren't necessarily speaking with each other. So this created some issues around reporting, knowing where to go to check source of truth, and sometimes just staff being confused at where to check things. And it created this sort of piecemeal solution where you have multiple systems running independently of each other, and it could get a little chaotic at times for operators. So the Rex and GoTab teams really set out to try and solve this problem through the integration that we built. And that's what we really want to cover today, what the integration does, how those pieces all fit together, and what that really means for your venue. To cover what the integration does from a high level and how everything is going to work together, basically what happens is every experience or activity that we create on the Rex side is going to map to one of the products in your GoTab POS that Mateen just showed. Every add-on that we create or upsell can also map to a specific product in GoTab. Third, your payments piece is going to be integrated, meaning you have one payment processor for online payments and everything that happens in the venue. That all happens under one roof. And then, of course, finally, and maybe even most importantly, it's a seamless guest experience so that your guests don't feel like they're bouncing around a bunch of different platforms. They just make a reservation and they come in and enjoy your food and activity. So they don't really see any of the pieces connecting together. They just see one experience. So with that, what I want to do is walk through a demo for you guys and show you guys exactly what that's going to look like. Just give me 1 second to update my screen share. Cool. Sweet. So we are looking here at the Rex reservation page, and I'm just going to run through this really quickly as a guest would and show you guys what that means as far as the GoTab integration piece. So here we have a venue that's got a couple different activities. It's got a golf simulator, some duckpin bowling, and darts. We'll go ahead as a guest and choose a date that we want to come in. Let's say we want to come in on the 31st on Halloween, and we want to book the golf simulator. So all we do is select the golf simulator, choose the time that we want to come in. Let's say we wanted to come in at 5 p.m. We'd have the option to add anything else to our reservation. As the operator, you guys could create different upsells and add-ons like this. And like we talked about, this would be integrated in with your GoTab items. I'd enter my name, my phone number. And then I click this button over here to make a payment. So what happens here is we get a pop-up that is connected with your GoTab payment processing system. I, as a guest, can check out. So I'm here online on the website. I'm booking a golf simulator activity. I've already entered my card. So I'll go ahead and click pay. That reservation is completed in just a second. And what's going to happen is I'll get a confirmation. And immediately at that same time, I'll go ahead and refresh this page. The booking that I just made online is sitting here in your GoTab manager. That tab has already been created. As you can see here, my name, reservation for the golf sim at 5 p.m. So that happens instantaneously. As you saw, we just went online, we made a booking, and immediately that pops into your system, the payment that I made. Typically, people will make that booking maybe a week or so before they want to come in. On the day of the reservation, when the guest comes in, you guys would have access to the Rex host app. You'd be able to see those reservations here on the screen. So let's pull up the one we just made, which is this one, Golf Simulator. all you need to do is find the guest name, click check in, and similarly, a tab will be created for that guest inside of your GoTab point of sale system. This payment that was already made would be applied to it, and the guest can just start enjoying their experience right away. So all they need to do is come into your host stand, say, hey, I'm checking in for the reservation. You as the operator would find that reservation here, pull it up, click check in, and the integration will do its thing. That'll pop open the tab inside GoTab with all of my guest details already populated, pre-filled, everything ready to go. Then as the guest, I would already have that tab open, so I could continue to enjoy my experience. I could scan QR codes, add food to my tab. I could play other games, activities, add that to my tab. And when I'm done with the day, I would just close out on my phone through the GoTab app or web browser. And it's as simple as that.
Yeah, and just to add to that too, I think that it's worth noting that, this is as you can see, it's a GoTab profiled user. We're collecting all the data on that user. We know kind of like, different actions that they're taking. And we also have the easy tab flow, which is really great. So when you're at that check-in process with the host in, you can actually be texted your tab and you're already a profiled user, and we can actually just let them walk off and start ordering from their phone. Set up automations to get the text when the order is ready, things like that, or just have them scan a QR to ensure we know where they're sitting, and really makes for again, just reiterating how great of a experience there. So anyways, yeah, to kind of cover some of the benefits. So you can now enable faster check-ins while dramatically increasing check sizes through guest enablement. Not only this, we're improving cash flow by collecting payments up front, which also helps prevent no-shows. And of course, GoTab will act as a single source of truth for a consolidated overview of your sales and reporting. Ultimately, yeah, I'll leave it at that, I suppose.
Yeah, cool. I'll just add to a couple of those things. So I think the single source of truth is super important. A couple things happen there. On the Rex side, we'll always keep your availability and inventory up to date, so everything's in real time as far as what's available, what's not. And then you'll be able to look into GoTab for all of your financial reports across your revenue categories, what's been sold. Since we have that product mapping with GoTab, you'll be able to know exactly, which types of activities you sold, what types of food or beverage products you sold, and you'll be able to create reports that give you, deep insights into all your different revenue categories. Of course, the faster check-in is great for guests and improving their experience, making sure they come in and start having fun right away. And we talked a little bit about upsells and add-ons, just increasing that order value online and getting that cash directly upfront when guests book. Want to briefly chat about some of the use cases and different types of venues that this integration is really great for. In the beginning, we mentioned that there's a lot of solutions for traditional restaurants, and we really wanted to focus here on restaurants and unique venues that have unique components to them. So some sort of an event component or an activity component. And so you guys see the list of different activities that we're able to support, and clearly even much more than these. Some that come up that we've seen are breweries that might add like golf simulators or different types of activities in a portion of their space, or even sports bars that are doing viewing parties, and certain sections or tables might be reserved for the length of a game. And even restaurants that have some special events or even like ticketed events that they want to sell entry to. This combination of Rex and GoTab has been really useful for that. So with that, I want to highlight actually an example of a client that recently launched with the Rex and GoTab integration. You may have heard of this concept called T-Squared Social in New York City. It's backed by two people you may or may not have heard of. The names are Justin Timberlake and Tiger Woods. And basically this venue has a lot of different components to it. There's a restaurant, there's darts, there's bowling, there's sports viewing parties, And so we really leveraged everything that we've talked about so far in this integration in order to give T Squared a way to have their members book all of these different unique activities and experiences, and then have them all funnel through to their core operating app, which is GoTab, that's running, you know, across their venue. Mateen, anything you'd like to add about kind of how that setup was done?
No, I just wanted to mention too that, like, I think this was our pioneer account that we did together, right? I mean,
It was, yeah. This was the pilot.
Yeah, so you know, we were really excited about this space. Obviously, I think it's 22,000 square feet right by the Times Square. So obviously a pretty marquee account for us, and yeah, just really speaks to what we're doing and what we do together so well in the entertainment space, and being able to book these. I think one of the things maybe you covered it, but being able to, when you do have your tab texted to you, or when you do access your tab yourself as a guest, we do auto apply that your
payment,
yeah, your deposit is reduces from the value of the total tab you end up having for the duration of your stay. So just sort of like making that clear that the experience is truly, you know, you put the deposit down, and but at the end of your stay you can just kind of check out really quickly, and the money you've put down for your deposit is reduced from the balance. So
yeah.
Very exciting.
At the end of the day, it's really great for reporting, because there is just one tab that gets created, right? From online to in venue, it's really just one tab that's been created with everything that was purchased. And it's funny because I've talked to operators that are running sometimes even 2 different point of sale systems for the different types of things that they're selling. So we're really trying to break those barriers and create one system that has everything inside of it.